feel like you don't understand my plight. I feel like a neglected housewife.
I mean, I don't know about. I can't help you with that. I don't know. Everything.
I don't see
it.
It
Should be up.
It ain't popped up here yet.
Well, you know it's delayed over there, so it's like 15 seconds behind. It's up here now, so we should be seeing us soon.
Oh, Avery of internet. He ain't even hearing I'm slandering him.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. It's up now.
There we go. We got it.
That boy ain't even hearing I'm slandering him.
He might be in the chat because he did retweet our I think repost our Instagram.
Oh, he be on Instagram.
He forever on Instagram.
He be on Instagram more than he be on them shows.
Horrible. Yeah. So I mean, we'll talk about some PlayStation. We'll talk about some Star Wars. We'll talk about
Hey man,
whatever.
I'm just along for the ride. Whatever you pick a topic, I can talk about it. Just throw topics out. I'll be like, I got something.
Wonderful.
Hey, it won't be intelligent.
Okay. Let's talk about the Paris Climate Accords.
First of all, Joe Biden said that he is going to join the Paris Climate Accords on January the 21st. Is that inauguration day? What day does he put his hand on the thing and then
I don't know.
whatever day he said I'm joining
Who
it that
joined
day.
us first? Who said yo?
KNSD. What up, yo?
Okay, there we go. People are slowly coming in. Y'all,
Yeah.
This is a haphazard episode because we don't really know what we're talking about. We got this bad boy.
Don't say we, because I ain't got mine yet, and I'm salty.
Is that why you're not helpful?
Maybe.
That could be part of the reason. There's a PlayStation 5 in the house.
That damn thing said Texas. I was like, Texas what? There's no Texas in South Carolina.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about people appearing in cross-media representation and if whether or not that worked out for them.
Worked out for them or the character?
I mean, for the character.
Oh, wait.
Whoever.
It's in Alabama now.
Okay, it could be here by tomorrow.
Oh, it said it's going to be here by tomorrow, end of day.
Oh, okay.
Oh, if it's not, breaking news. Former News 19 employee Leroy Green burned down a Target.
Oh, man, that's horrible. So where do you want to start first?
It don't matter. Just throw, hey.
I guess we...
Just throw something up there and I'm going to be like this.
Well, I thought we would do like a group unboxing together, right?
That's if you want to. I mean...
But we have to get more people in the chat to come in. Where we at now?
4?
4? Yeah,
5?
4 or 5 people. Normally we start at 9:30. We start at 9 to now, so we can kind of work on news stuff since we are actual news people. We
picked 9 so I can finish editing this football game that I got to do and eat some chicken.
So you don't hurt Reggie's feelings.
I really don't care about Reggie's feelings. I'm doing this as a favor to him.
Fair enough. So yeah, we're gonna leave this PS5 up here to taunt y'all.
Actually, you should put it up here. Well, you can see it there.
Yeah, I had it up there before I took the first photo, and I was like, well.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay. Cool,
yeah.
cool.
Let's start with people appearing in different media, and I bring that up because we're gonna do some spoilers for y'all, for the people who are joining us right now. We're gonna talk about
spoilers for what?
Mandalorian.
Oh, because you didn't say that. You just said we're about to do some spoilers.
Yeah, let me finish my sentence.
Okay.
We're doing spoilers for the most recent episode of Mandalorian. We got to see Bo-Katan.
I mean, you didn't even give him a second to get like...
I said several times that we're doing spoilers. I don't know what else you want me to do. We saw her, played by Katie Sackhoff. I love Katie Sackhoff, by the way. I know you like her as... Starbuck. She was...
She's in Longmire, isn't she?
Something like that. But she was also a guest character on Flash. I can't remember what villain she played.
I don't watch Flash.
I know you don't watch Flash.
Isn't she in Terminal Man or some show on Hulu with PETA from Hunger Games?
That is a different white woman. That is...
Are you sure?
Yes. And now that I can't think of the girl's name, that's she was on Happy Endings.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
you're right.
That is a different white woman, sir. Anyway.
I don't like how you said white woman. I don't think they appreciate that. White women at Michael Patterson, Mo Patterson. I don't know what his Twitter handle is.
Yeah, like you getting close. Yeah. Anyway. So I brought that kind of... I was excited to see her because...
How? When you didn't even watch Rebels or Clone Wars?
You gonna talk or am I gonna talk?
I'm just asking, how were you excited?
I was excited to see her because it was Katie Sackhoff. You didn't let me finish my thought. Thank you. God, shut up. I hate you so much. I was excited to see her just because it's Katie Sackhoff. I wanted to ask you what did it mean for you to see somebody that you...
That's a lame reason.
Why? I like actress. I like the actress Katie Sackhoff. So.
This is Star Ooh, I almost said Star Trek.
Yeah, you did. You really did. Yeah. So, were you excited to see her because she was portraying a character that you would watch in like what all 6 or 7 seasons of Clone Wars?
7 seasons of Clone Wars.
7 seasons
Get
of
it
Clone
right.
Wars.
7
and
the
she was
final
actually
season.
the voice of her, right? In the
No.
show.
I don't know. No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's check.
I feel like she might have been.
I feel like she wasn't.
You want to make a bet on it?
How much you want to lose?
Chick-fil-A meal?
All right, cool. Chick-fil-A.
All right. We probably shouldn't have been touching COVID. It's what it is now.
I've been chasing fuck.
Y'all, this about to be lit tonight.
I've been chasing high school kids all
It's
night.
about to be lit tonight.
Son.
We're shooting football.
He intercepted the ball.
Uh-huh.
I'm all the way on this end.
Uh-huh.
And I was like,
You should have been like, Reggie, we ain't get that one.
I
man.
pushed kids out the way.
We not getting that
I pushed the
shot.
coach. I know a ref saw me and was like, I guess we just not social distancing
That's
anymore.
not. We got to go. Wonderful. But
Almost died because I ain't got no tread on these shoes because they old. Look at this. Look at that. And it's wet.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, man,
Either
almost.
way, were you happy that the character was finally represented in live action?
Honestly,
Or is Bo-Katan not so much a big character for you that it mattered? That
so this is the thing I asked. It's funny that you brought this conversation up because on our YouTube page, I asked, who are you more excited to see? Season 2, Boba Fett or Ahsoka? And this is a very unscientific poll.
Uh-huh.
Guess who they were more excited to see?
Boba?
Nope.
Oh, it's okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Overwhelmingly. I'm actually going to put it up here so you can see. But our internet is slow.
I was like, I don't know why you thought you was going to be able to make that happen. You know where you were.
But our internet is slow. Like an old man trying to chase high school football kids to shoot them for...
Oh, jeez.
Oh. Man, this is slow. But yeah, I was shocked that more people want to see Ahsoka. Not because I'm biased and I love Ahsoka more so than Boba Fett. And I always feel like Boba Fett is more or less like the dude who's cool for no reason. Does that make sense?
I mean, he was cool because he had a cool action figure.
But what I'm saying is he didn't do anything. When you think about when you think about a coolest character who did nothing to deserve being cool,
Yeah, Captain Phasma.
that's Boba Fett.
Yeah.
So 102 people voted. 30% want to see Boba Fett. 70% of the people want to see Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah.
I was to see the thing that I love about The Mandalorian is that it weaves through the Star Wars universe, kind of like absorbing different things from different media and then making it its own and making it seem seamless. The fact that Bo-Katan showed up in this last episode showed how well they're integrating so many different things.
Yeah.
And it shows you what happens when they believe in a project and don't pull and don't punk out like they did with Solo. Because with Solo, I think you could have had something special if you had stayed the course.
Kept Lord Miller on.
I guess the one thing we talked about before is shoot for the fences. Even if you mess up. Raised by Wolves. We did a review. Check it out. Shameless plug. Shoot for the fences. And this, seeing Bo-Katan was like, it worked. It wasn't like, don't get me wrong, it was that, but it wasn't like, it didn't feel natural. So,
Side note, did you find out who voiced her in the show?
nah, the internet is not like, it's not working.
Chat, y'all let us know who voiced Bo-Katan in the cartoon.
You know what? I should probably just look on my phone.
Yeah.
Because I have
I really want that Chick-fil-A meal, that's why I'm asking.
No, you're not getting that. That's
Okay.
all. Hold on, wait. Let's see. Clone Wars.
Okay, great. So as people are coming in, who we got in here? We got IMAX. We got, you named that, Edward Sanchez.
Somebody said, Edward Sanchez said he got an Xbox.
I'm glad somebody got one.
He said he got the Series S.
I got the Series S. Interesting.
Yeah, ask him why.
You just asked him. I hate you so much. You can answer the question that he just asked you, Edward Sanchez. Because I am curious why you went with the S over the X. Because I was definitely trying to get the X. I had it in my cart on 2 different occasions. One time at Target, one time at Best Buy. I was not able to get one. So it is what it is. I'll try and get it later. Yeah, hello to everybody that's finally slowly coming in to the chat. We are going to do a group unboxing of this PS5 once we get more people in the chat. Right now, we're kind of talking about other topics until then. We're talking about Star Wars, in particular characters kind of crossing from different medias into different formats. Right now, we're talking about Bo-Katan. And we talked about, you mentioned that people wanted to see Ahsoka Tano. Mm-hmm. They name dropped Ahsoka Tano. Was that a big moment for you? Was that a bigger moment than seeing
No, it was just...
You were just like, yes, because you know she's coming?
I honestly was like... It was one of those things where it was like... And again, the reason why I bring it up is because it finally made, like... It's hard to explain because you didn't watch Clone Wars. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I bring up Clone Wars... and Kim from Chicago, you're right. Animated live action Star Trek characters got animated. That's true, but the difference in this one is that Clone Wars had been, and Rebels to a certain, well, hold on. When Clone Wars came out, a lot of people didn't like it because it was a kiddie show. Our chief engineer, Andy, who's been on the show before, he talked about...
I don't think he has.
Hey, yes.
I don't think we put that video up.
He was on another video. We had him on 2 videos.
Did we?
Yeah.
I think you're supposed to edit those. I don't know if you ever did.
No, it was one video we had him on.
Hey, chat, y'all let us know if Andy has ever appeared on our show.
Yeah.
I don't think he has.
Okay.
I think we did him a disservice. Sorry, go ahead.
I think he did. I think he was on there. But anyway, me and him were talking about it. And I was like, did you watch Clone Wars? He was like, no, I couldn't get past the first couple episodes. It was too kiddie. And as the show went on, people were like, this is good. Mm-hmm. And it was always this thing of the live action characters were then in animation, but the characters who were animation never made the jump to live action. So we finally got to see, and I know people were like, we saw the ghost ship from Rebels in Rogue One, or we saw the ghost ship in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
But this was, to me, the first time, no, I don't want to say the first time, this was another time where the seamlessness of the live action and animated worked. To me, the time that it worked the best, because this isn't finished yet. It could crash and burn at the end.
Yeah.
Season 7 of Clone Wars. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you how good that season is. It made Attack of the Clones and Rise of the Sith, or Sith, whatever that third movie's called. I forget right now.
Episode 9.
Episode 9.
Yeah.
It made them make sense.
Okay.
And that's how good, because you're wondering, like, how do we jump from Attack of the Clones to Revenge of the Sith, Order 66, like, if we've had these 6 years of Clone Wars, how do we get to that point with these characters in the live act? Like, that's how good it was.
So we mentioned all this stuff for Clone Wars and Mandalorian. We didn't talk about Saw Gerrera making the jump.
The problem with Saw,
because he was in
Rogue One. The problem with that is that,
and he was in the video game.
He made the jump. To me, he was better in the video game than he was in Rogue One.
Okay.
In my opinion. And I love Rogue One. Rogue One is my favorite new movie out of all the 5 things they've done.
Sure. Okay.
Saw made it, but Saw wasn't one of those characters that was like really memorable. Mm-hmm. In a sense, you get what I'm saying?
Well, because at that point he did kind of lost his mind. He'd been
not just lost his mind.
Like, where is?
Yeah, it's like this big jump from like where he was, and then like people like, oh yeah, that is him. Mm-hmm. Ahsoka, Bo-Katan, those were people who were in more than just an arc. You remember them through entire runs. And for me, I want to see how that works. Mm-hmm. And I want to see how well they do Boba Fett, because I've always felt like Boba Fett was overrated. And it wasn't until the Clone Wars where you got to see a little bit of Boba Fett
Mm-hmm.
be like, oh, okay, I can see why, with the little kid, where you can see why, okay, maybe he's going to be an interesting character.
Mm-hmm.
So that's...
One thing that I liked about, and we're not necessarily reviewing Mandalorian, we're just talking about overall.
Yeah.
I like that the fact that they showed the Mandalorian clan being like this alpha unit that can just take stuff out in terms of that squad.
Well,
People.
This is the thing, and that's why I said I really wish you to watch Clone Wars, because it gave so much depth to these other cultures that weren't just
The Skywalker.
not just Skywalkers, but Jedi.
Yeah.
Like, the one thing that I loved about the Clone Wars was that they showed that the Jedi were badass, and yeah, they were cool, and the Sith are badass, but they weren't the only warrior clan that could go toe to toe with them. Like they were space wizards. But they were also the Mandalorians also had their warrior culture, and I thought that was amazing to see. And that's one of the things about this last episode that I really enjoyed, was that it made those things that you didn't get to see in your main 9 movies, because they focused on the Space Wizard family, that I loved about Rogue One, that you got to see the people who make the universe go.
Okay.
And you're right, we never really did get to see in a Star Wars movie how badass a Mandalorian team is. You've only seen it in animation.
Right.
And you've only seen like maybe 1 or 2.
There we go.
What was that?
That was me cutting the YouTube channel.
What YouTube channel?
Our YouTube channel, because I couldn't see, so I can see the
Oh,
commercials.
I was like, our YouTube channel's right there.
Yeah, but I
So I was like, why do you need it on your phone? That's one of those things that I think this past episode did, in having these characters jump. And it also shows an appreciation for those animated characters to think that they're good enough to make that jump.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you have like comic characters, or like we had Val from in Solo, the Tandy Newton's character.
Yeah.
She's in the comics. She's in the
Yeah.
new comics. She's still alive in the comics. You wasted her in Solo.
Yeah.
And that's usually what happens. Cobb Vanth. Cobb Vanth. I'm sorry. He's from the new EU from Timothy Oliphant's character, the guy who had the Boba Fett armor.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's actually from the books. He's actually from the Aftermath book.
Okay.
Yeah. So the what is his name? The author.
I don't know.
But anyway, he was like really excited to see a character he created, with of course the approval of Disney, make the jump from the book to live action, which is actually pretty cool.
So, are you excited for? I would assume we'll see Ahsoka in the next episode.
I'm excited for the possibility that they're now going to integrate everything. And I think that was the biggest problem that we had with Star Wars with the new trilogy. And a lot of people, they're talking about it right now. I want to go up. Rogue Squadron and Wraith Squadron were awesome in the expanded universe. This is why a lot of people were so upset when they got rid of the expanded universe. When they got rid of like all the Dark Horse comics, all the books, all, Darth Bane, the Knights of the Old Republic. When they made all that stuff not canon, a lot of people were upset, because that was how the stories were expanded, how the stories, you got so much depth. People were mad we didn't get the twins from Han and Leia.
Right.
Mara Jade, that's, people are mad. Like, I'm still a little.
Are you okay?
I
didn't mean to bring up old wounds.
But what I'm saying is, that's so to see, like, Bo-Katan was exciting to see, but it showed to me that they're actually learning how to integrate all of these different properties into one cohesive universe, and that's very hard to do.
Okay.
And to give these people depth and character for that, because you're not, like, perfect example, you're not gonna bring Katie Sackhoff on for just
10 episodes.
Yeah,
Probably not.
May not. You're not bringing the woman who was Mulan, who was the Cavalry, who was in the Joy Luck Club. You're not bringing this, you're not wasting that actress. You're not wasting Bill Burr and all these different people you've had on for one episode. They're going to have weight and meat. And I think having those people on actually gives me hope for Obi-Wan, Cassian Andor, whatever this High Republic thing is going to be. Because I'm quite sure some of those characters will make it from the comics onto the screen.
Okay. Anything else you want to add? You want to go and unbox this thing?
No, I never want you to open it. I'm going on record right now. You thought I was a hater before. Son, when you told me you were like, I got it, I was like, chlamydia? I wished an STD on you. Wow. Because I was like, yo, this thing said November the 18th. And I was happy when you weren't going to get it till November the 18th. But when you got it from Best Buy
for having a secure process.
I am not going to lie. When I saw that tweet, I said, who the hell from the News 19 Nerds got a PlayStation 5?
Oh, that's great.
I was the mad rapper. I was hating hard. I'm not even gonna lie.
I love it.
But yeah, let's open it.
Let's open this thing. All right, so yeah, we got the PlayStation. I guess this thing is huge. You want to hold the box?
Hold on a second. Let's get to some of these comments. Kim from Chicago. She wasn't killed off. If we remember, somebody helped her up at the end. So hopefully she's still alive.
You know
Yeah.
I think she did.
I hope she's still alive.
I know. I feel like Kim from Chicago right in that she did.
I don't know. But anyway.
I think you're right, Kim from Chicago.
Ray Sean K says Dave Filoni is directing episode 5. Yeah, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, hats off to them. Because they have literally probably saved this franchise.
What you mean, Star Wars?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I would say Darth Maul was kind of wasted, but that's George Lucas' fault. I don't want to hear him now talk about what I would have done with Darth Maul. You had 3 movies, sir. You had 3 prequel movies.
Hold it?
No.
I mean, get away for it?
No.
Okay. Hey, y'all, this is, here we go.
How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I mean, yeah, a live unboxing video as we look at this. It is heavy. It feels like a nuclear football, right?
Does it got weight to it?
Oh, yeah, it got weight to it. It's at least 20 pounds.
Really? See, if I'd have known you'd have brought it, because I still have my old PS3 box and PS4 box, and it is half the size of this.
Yeah. There we go. We'll put that to the side. All right. Let's see here.
Hold on, I'm going to take video of video.
Video of us doing whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
As we open this up.
What do you mean we?
As I open this up. Leroy doesn't want to open this up, y'all, so we will.
Hey!
This for everyone else.
That's why I'm eating my chicken in front of you.
You showed me. Standard little cardboard box here. As we got this. Oh man, this is. So this is the box that I would assume has all the controller and the
cables
and all that stuff. Let's see. Yeah, your PlayStation 5 manual and whatnot, and your quick start guide. Because we all know everybody reads instructions. Nobody reads instructions.
I read them.
You read those instructions?
Yeah.
Good for you. I used to read the instructions for game manuals when they came with stuff.
When I used to play games, my sister used to read them and then tell me about stuff, and then I was like, man, I'd like get messed up. She's like, it's in the instruction book, and that's when I started reading it. Ooh, I hate you right now.
This feels nice.
Ooh, I hate you.
It got a nice heft to it too, the controller. Feel that.
No.
Stop playing for that controller.
No, man, I don't want to.
But feel the controller.
I'm not. You know what this feels like?
What?
I feel like the third wheel of the relationship.
I mean, you
got
to watch now.
As you have a woman that you're feeling up right now.
It's so awkward. Power cable. And what else? Oh, this is the stand so you can mess with this unwieldy thing.
It's beautiful.
Let's see here. Stand for us.
Why, Lord, why did he get it before me?
HDMI cable, 2.1 cable, which is very important out here if you want to get your 120 hertz at 4K and all that stuff.
So that's a better cable?
Yeah.
So that's like a whole new, brand new...
I mean, HDMI 2.1 is the new standard if you want to get your 60 hertz, or what is it?
So I can't
4K,
use,
60 hertz.
So I can't use the cables I steal from the station.
I mean, I assume they're probably not 2.1.
I don't know what Andy be buying.
you could probably do the 4K on it, but you wouldn't get that and the frames per second. Now, this is what.
Side note, Ken from Chicago, you were totally right. George Lucas blew it. He had all the opportunity in the world. He could have done Darth Maul right. Dave Filoni saved Darth Maul. And I will give George Lucas credit because for some reason he doesn't know how to do stuff, but Dave Filoni is able to translate what he does. So good call on that. It's interesting that the actual cardboard, whatever thing, is white as well. Like
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that.
So I wish I had an Xbox Series X to unbox because I heard the way they packaged that was more of an event in terms of how you
I've seen it, yeah.
Because this thing is just kind of here.
Yeah.
There's really no problem circumstance to how this thing is, but I mean it's beefy. Is this even how that goes? I assume so, right? I don't know.
I don't know.
As Leroy hopes I secretly drop it.
Nah. I mean, you get another one, so.
There we go. Okay. This thing looks so weird.
It looks like a modem.
Yeah,
It looks like a giant router.
So I guess that goes on the bottom like that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So that would be the bottom side of it. Or
It's actually not as big as I thought it was.
somebody that I watch, Maximilian, who does fighting game videos on YouTube, kind of brought up the point when they were showing it off before, they were doing it with Asian people.
Yeah.
And they were diminutive people to begin with, so it seemed like it was bigger.
I wonder if they did that on purpose.
I don't know. I mean,
Don't get me wrong, it is big.
This thing is huge. Yeah.
I mean, it is big. But it is not as big as I thought it was.
So there we go. All of our stuff out as we surround our King T'Challa here with whatever.
What's funny though, the 360 remote is comparable to the size of the PS5 remote,
Yeah.
but the PS3 remote was huge.
The media remote?
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So that is our unboxing video. We may cut that out and do it later. Are we gonna plug it up and play it? Probably not here
No.
on this little TV.
Nah.
To be honest.
Because how
But
could they see it?
I meant, if I'm gonna plug it and play it.
Oh,
and
you
let you
do-
talk.
no, you
well,
go
I was
ahead.
like, this is incredible.
Nah, because I'll leave. Go eat my chicken in the newsroom. Not about to rub my face in it.
Yeah. So,
It's like Joe Manganiello dating Sofia Vergara in my face.
because you guys are buds.
In my head, we are.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. You
In
guys are
my
buds.
in my head, we're friends. He teaches me how to work out, and he's like, "Nah, man, you got to eat right." And I'm like, I can't finish eating this." He's like, "Leroy, man, I told you, man, the calories.
Yeah.
You want abs or not?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, Joe."
Yeah, and you're still eating it.
And we play D&D together.
Okay, let's figure it out.
And I got him to sign my Deathstroke action figure.
You guys did a lot in your fantasy.
I mean, go big or go home.
Fair enough. That is our little unboxing video. We can talk about the system and
How do you feel? Well, let's not talk about it. How do you feel about it now? Because it's finally here. It's a culmination of years of planning on Sony's part, months of bungling the release, being in a queue on Target and Best Buy. How does it feel now to actually have it, open it, and know like within hours you're going to hook it up and play it?
so here's the thing. I still haven't bought a PlayStation 5 game yet.
You don't need to. I mean, like, what's the first thing you're going to play on it?
I need
Avengers?
to transfer all my PS4 stuff over to the PS5, and I'll probably try out Avengers with the new SSD drive to see all the reduced loading times and everything. And I do want to get Spider-Man Miles Morales, but I think I want to wait till Black Friday. When
Is it going to be cheaper?
Well, I think there are a couple of places that are doing like buy two get one free stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I might do like pick up that Assassin's Creed Valhalla and maybe Demon Souls or something.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you're not doing Ghost of Tsushima? As much as you were on that game, we have literally switched places. Because now I'm like really excited to play it. And you're like, I'll get to it when I get to it.
Because I think I want to get some PS5 games.
I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I might be a little more excited to play that than Last of Us 2.
Interesting.
Only because I know I'm going to cry in Last of Us 2.
Last of Us. I didn't play it. I watched. I watched the Let's Play of it. It's intense.
Is it?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's rough. Yeah.
So, like, how does it feel? Like, what do you...
I'm excited just to that next gen is finally here, right?
Yeah.
We've been talking about it for so long, and I want to see what that entails in terms of getting to this faster load time, because all the reviews I've read say it's going to be a while before anything really takes advantage of the systems. So what you have to take advantage of now is these faster loading times, almost instantaneous load times. So it just kind of speeds up the process. It gets you back into a game quicker if you were to die. What's that?
Nice Water said, I'd get a PS5, but I already have a Wi-Fi router.
I mean, seeing it in person, it is.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I gotta say, it has a striking presence, because it's like no other console I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's wild. I do like the white and the black, and then I will like it once it lights up and you have the blue offsets on it.
Yeah. Ken from Chicago, no game comes with it.
Astro Room comes.
Yeah, that does come with the game, but no other, like, it's not like, they didn't have any bundles yet.
Yeah, no bundles with it.
Which doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, there a lot of, it's been a while since a game came packed in with the, I feel like Super Nintendo, right?
What I'm saying is, I'm surprised there are no bundles at launch. Like an official Spider-Man bundle, or
if you want a bundle, go to GameStop.
Yeah,
GameStop was giving you these forced bundles where
you
can't get the system, you got to get the system.
Oh yeah, GameStop always.
Or other games or whatever for $700, $800.
GameStop reminds me of the mob.
Yeah.
Like they were big back in the day, and now through technology, they're trying to come back, and they're like, nah. You got to pay us.
They want to be relevant.
Yeah, it's like, nah, if you'd have worked hard the last time, you wouldn't be in this situation.
The next time we talk on Press Play, I will have played it some, and you hopefully will have played yours. And so we will get to know more, because I'm excited to really get to play with this controller, because everybody's talking about the haptic feedback.
Every site, every person who talks about it says that is what makes it next gen.
Yeah, so I can't wait to try that out.
Supposedly, I don't know which game it is. I think it's Call of Duty. Mm-hmm. Supposedly each gun
has a different
feel when you pull the trigger. So shotguns feel differently than automatic or semi-automatic weapons and handguns. So
I feel like it has a nice weight to it. For basic questions people may have, it has a nice weight to it. The tension in the analog sticks are maybe a little bit stiffer than a PS4 stick. Mm-hmm. The handles on the stick itself have a textured grip to it, so you shouldn't slip if you're playing like long sweat sessions. Mm-hmm. Your hands sweat. It's nice. Nice indeed.
If you had a choice, well, you do have a choice. Mm-hmm. So you said you're going to play Avengers. Mm-hmm. What's the next backwards compatible game that you're going to play? Because I watched IGN's video. They went back and they played God of War. They talked about Overcooked, that they had to relearn certain things because the game moves. The game moves so much quicker. Mm-hmm. What's the game that you want to go back and play? That not like that you hadn't played yet, but game that you like.
Probably Horizon.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Okay. And for me, you guys know I still have a 1080p TV. I don't have a 4K TV yet. Mm-hmm. I've listened to your advice in terms of maybe wait until next year once they work out some of the kinks for the 2020 models and they're cheaper. And that HDMI 2.1 is kind of maybe spread out more across more TVs. To me, it's just about that experience of having that faster loading time. Mm-hmm. I'm not so much worried about the higher fidelity or the faster frame rates, because I won't necessarily see it on my 1080p TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Are you sad you didn't get an Xbox?
No. No. I had to think about it for a second. No, I'm definitely not sad about it, because as cool as it is to have the new technology, mm-hmm. the Xbox still doesn't necessarily have games that are designed just for the Xbox Series X. As Microsoft has said again and again, and that's their strategy. I hope it works out for them. Those first year to year and a half, if it works on Xbox One X, it'll work on the Series X. So nothing is designed specifically for it. With this, you do have a couple games that are designed specifically for it. I think the Pathless might be PS4 as well, but Demon Souls is definitely designed for PS5. So that would be something to take advantage of that. And I like that idea that Sony is pushing, okay, there are a few games here that you have to have the system for to make you want to get it. So, yeah. I will definitely be trying to get an Xbox, but I'm not going to try to wait in line and click on hours and hours of refresh pages and stuff like that to get one.
Actually, that reminds me. Edward Scissorhands projection.
Edward Sanchez Productions.
Thank you.
Yep. I was like Scissorhands.
I kept notice I kept saying that, right?
You did.
Man, I'm old, y'all. How long did it take you to get yours? Was it anybody else who has an Xbox who bought the new Xbox? How long did it take you? Because when we bought this on Target's website, it was fairly quick, but it was like compared to what other people went through.
Yeah.
And you didn't do. It didn't take long for the Best Buy.
No, it was relatively easy to get to. Granted, thanks to you letting me know it's on Target, I was able to pick it up. But once I saw it, I think I saw it on IGN. They said, "Hey, Best Buy had some for pre-order." I went there, did it on my phone. Didn't take too long. The Xbox though was hard.
Really? Mm-hmm. See that I was watching people in different groups, and some people were complaining. They were like, Xbox did it, Microsoft did it right. You know, a lot of it's also a matter of perception. And I think a lot of people were like, well, Xbox did it right. I'm sorry, I keep saying Xbox. Microsoft did it right because they came out first. Their system shipped first. So everybody had them in the wild. Yeah. So, and then two, it depends on who you're friends with. And then also, I'm not saying a lot of people didn't buy an Xbox, but I would like to see those numbers of how many more Xboxes were sold versus PlayStation.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely like to see those numbers as well. And I know both companies would have loved to have had more units to sell.
Oh yeah, but we're living in the end times.
Yeah.
I'm really expecting kaiju to come out of whatever that hole they found out there, and the streets to rain with blood, and you know, monsters to come out of the sewers.
Yeah. But yeah, and everybody, I know other people were talking about. I want to say maybe Brian Gamer was talking about getting an Xbox Series X, I believe too. I don't know if he's in the chat yet or not.
There were a couple of people who were like Xbox.
Has anybody talked about their experience in terms of getting?
I'm waiting for it right now. I'm just laughing at D. Steezel talking about trying to find a next gen console is like trying to find an honest politician. Ray Sean K says Microsoft's site had a lot of them to buy. Robin Riddle says it took hours.
I tried to get an Xbox from Microsoft's site. I had it in my cart, and I don't know if it was my internet or what, but I would click it and it wouldn't let me get it.
See, that's the thing I've been hearing
twice. Once on Microsoft and once on Target.
Robin Riddle, I want to know, was that the Xbox or was that the PlayStation when you said it took hours? Going through some of these. Once again, there it goes. Man, you know what? I wish this was a router. We got better internet down here. Because I literally was like trying to read these comments and it just flashed out.
Yeah.
A lot of people are upset that we don't get 2 controllers anymore.
There's a lot that we don't get anymore. So yeah, you do get. I'm excited about playing the Astro's Playroom. I feel like that's what it's called. I'm excited to play that just because it's really supposed to give you an idea of what this new haptic controller can do.
Payjon J says, I bet you can enjoy this more than Stadia.
I mean, you're probably right. I'm not going to argue with you. You're probably right. I will say, though, I am playing Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, the fighting game on Stadia, enjoying that a lot.
Okay.
But, yeah, I feel like the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis were the last times you got, like, 2 controllers in a game. Maybe the 64 probably came with Mario 64. That probably did. I don't think the GameCube came with anything, but yeah, it's been a minute since they've done a bundle like that.
Let's see.
I'm mad that you remember there was a company that was going to make custom plates that you could take off, and then Sony's like, "Don't do that." And they said, "Okay." Well, I would have liked to have been able to change out the plates.
Well, the funny thing is, the original PlayStation 4, you could do that. You could take the small...
Yeah, that little top part off.
So I'm wondering, are they going to attempt to do that themselves?
Probably.
And that's... Because if they do... Like, if you're going to do it yourselves and you're going to have official plates, I'm okay with that. However, I would like for them to include that company to say, hey, you had an idea, like... collaborate, because they refunded everybody's orders. That company, because it was a real big deal. I'm not gonna lie to you. It looks, when it first came out, they talked about it. It looked weird, but seeing it in person,
it stands out.
It does.
Honestly, it is definitely a showpiece statement of technology, and it's kind of like I would be okay if somebody said, "Oh, this looks like an art piece or something." It's something different. I don't know how I'm gonna put it in my entertainment console. Haven't figured that out yet because I don't got. I think this is 17 inches. I don't have the clearance for that yet. So maybe,
You're not gonna leave it on its side.
maybe, but then I got to move other stuff around. I don't know.
See, I don't
But
like.
first world problems.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm looking at right now, and I'm trying to figure out if it'll fit in that cabinet underneath my TV. I know I put it on the Facebook page for you guys. If you had ordered or got YouTube Premium, they're giving you free Stadia stuff.
They are.
Yeah,
man.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's a good idea.
Get them numbers up.
The problem with and I hate to like flip. I really wish, even though I didn't jump on, I really wish Stadia had worked, or they keep because I think the idea of Stadia is a game changer in the sense of it levels the playing field that everybody can play games, because in the day and age that we live in, everybody we are literally blessed, and everybody in the chat who has either got a system or is going to get a system, we are blessed to be able to afford these things. Mm-hmm. Stadia gave everybody an opportunity to not have to buy a $500-$600 system.
Yeah.
Just have the internet. Here's these tools.
Yeah.
Boom, go play. So I wish Stadia had. I as much as we rag on Stadia, I hope Stadia going forward they figure it out.
And both Microsoft and Sony are working on cloud stuff. Mm-hmm. Project X Cloud is going relatively strong for them. I think they are trying to work on something with Apple so that it can work on Apple devices.
Matter of fact, this device works on xCloud.
Does it?
I remember, if I'm trying to remember right now, but I know that this console, if I remember correctly, this console may work with your Switch.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I know it has Bluetooth stuff.
Yeah, that's why. So yeah. I'm hoping, like that's one of the things that I would be cool is if they really start investing in Bluetooth and start using the technology in a way. I like the fact that EA is doing cross-platform play, so that if you played on a PS4 for something, you can play on Xbox.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. Like, I would love that for like a game like Destiny, Warframe. Those types of games. I'm hoping that's something we see embraced, where regardless of what console you're playing, some of these third-party games you can play on. And everybody will have their first party, their Halos or their Last of Us, but at least some of like 2K, Madden, something like that.
I was looking for,
but
I don't think it comes with a.
How do you charge the controller?
I was looking for that cable. There we go. USB-C. Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
USB-C.
What is it? Let me see. Because I have a couple of these cables.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is what my new phone. This is what my phone takes.
Yeah. It's
right
the new
here.
thing on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got Oh yeah. See. Yeah. My phone. My new phone takes that.
Yeah.
Or the phone, whatever.
One thing that I wish consoles came with is Ethernet cables, LAN cables. They don't really come with those anymore because I guess they assume everybody's going to be wireless. But I like.
I go cable. Yeah.
Yeah. It's faster for sure. It's more likely,
more stable.
Likely, more stable, all that kind of stuff. Because I think when I get home, I'm probably going to have to do a LAN cable transfer to transfer, so it's a faster download of all this stuff instead of trying to do it wirelessly.
I just thought about what I'm going to do tomorrow if it shows up. I honestly don't know. I hadn't thought that far in advance. Ryan Porter says, to me, that's what's next gen to me, when we can all play together again, like in the arcade days. I mean, that's to me and maybe it's because we're tired of the toxicity, and I know there's certain, groups or whatever. I miss that feeling of that, being able to, like, when you were able to hand somebody a disc or a cartridge and you play that idea that we're all playing a game together and we're just having fun.
Yeah.
Because for us, we deal with a lot of stressful things dealing with this job. I don't want that kind of negativity, and when I'm playing a game, I just want to have fun and just play with people I like. So that I'm I'm glad we're going to that.
And as
utopia.
Ryan Porter brought up with the arcade metaphor, I like the idea of back in the day in the arcade where you do the I get next thing if you put your quarter up
Yes.
on there. And I wish there was a fighting game that kind of did something like that. I can't remember what it was. It's not a recent one. It was a few years back, but you could kind of do like a virtual quarter thing to represent, oh, you're next in the queue to play somebody. And I wish we get back to more to that stuff of some type of way of pinging something to say I got next to let people know whatever.
Well, that's one of the things Stadia was trying to do with the whole jump into a game.
Yeah.
You know, that with somebody you see, and then hopefully where we see the share button, because which one is it? Or do you map the share button?
Pick it up.
No, I'm saying no. I
I
thought
feel like you're scared to pick it up.
no.
Touch it.
I was trying to remember because
Touch it.
I can't. I don't know what to.
All right.
My hands are dirty.
All right. Fair enough.
But I was trying to think, is that that hopefully that's something we're going to see, and I'm not the person to do it because I'm old, but I'm glad that a lot of these kids and people who are more tech savvy than I am are sharing their videos, making content on Twitch, doing having this. We're always going to have a 10% of jerks and whatever, but I'm glad that we're having so many people enjoying gaming, and I know this may come out wrong, and I'm sorry if it seems like, but maybe there is some good things to the pandemic because we're seeing people enjoying gaming and getting into gaming who may not have done that. And we're seeing a little bit more, and maybe that'll propel us to have people enjoy it and take it seriously who don't normally do that.
One thing that I hope comes out of this once, vaccines are out and they're readily available, people can get them and they're tested and everything's safe, we kind of go back to normal is, one thing that we don't lose is people really learned the value of having friends and being around people, not being socially isolated.
Yeah.
And I hope that people go out and spend more time with everybody to just be friends and connect to people. And playing video games is one way to do that. I hope that there are more social groups and more people active playing those games once everything's back to normal.
Because that was one of the things that I don't play fighting games like that. But there's one of the things that I've always loved about the community when we would go cover these cons. When I remember, I thought it was one of the coolest things, and me and my wife just went down there and just watched it. We went to a brewery when we were in Atlanta to see Beyonce. The day of the concert, we went to this brewery, and my wife was real kind and went with me because she's not a beer drinker. And downstairs in the brewery, they had a Super Mario Brother tournament.
Okay.
And we literally just were hanging out with these people, just watching them play games, playing Super Mario.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing, I'm not even gonna lie. It was even before I had a kid, and I was like, I loved the Xbox adaptive controller commercial where the kid who was handicapped was about to beat the level and kids were coming out of the woodwork. They looked like hobbits coming out of the Shire, running down the street.
Yeah, I can't remember the kid name was like,
yeah.
he's about to do
it! And I was like, what is he
cool.
about to do?
Yeah.
And they were like, oh! I remember that as a kid because it was like you knew where everybody was when you saw where everybody's bicycle was. And that's the one thing, I guess, maybe that's why as an older adult, I have never really been one of those people who's look down on people who game. Because I remembered that feeling, and I'm hoping that we continue that feeling, even though as technology gets better, that we're going to end up sharing this. And that's why I said I'm glad, to a certain extent, some of the effects that COVID had is causing people to game more. Because I remember you talk about Animal Crossing. I was like, what is that? And people picking up the game and just...
That is part of my daily routine now. I probably spend at least an hour when I wake up, an hour before I go to bed. So maybe 2 hours a day playing Animal Crossing, just doing some regular routine chores to make sure I'm getting all my bells, which is the currency in the game. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm hoping. And that's probably one of the reasons why this thing is being sold out. Because it's around the holiday time, and people are like, I got to get this for my whoever, spouse, kid.
Has anybody... Because I can't see from here, I got bad eyesight. Has anybody talked about their experiences of getting new systems?
No.
Okay, fair enough. And the question
might
is, if you haven't talked about it, for the people who didn't get a new system, this next gen system yet, are you planning on picking one up before Christmas? Are you waiting until there are more games out.
Pejan J says, my cousin said he waited in line for 6 hours for his Xbox Series X. Golly.
Man.
Yeah, that's like voting times.
With the mask?
I don't know. Didn't say that.
No, I'm just asking that out loud. I was like, oh, with the mask? Like, man, that's intense.
But I mean, if you think about it, that's how long it took some people to vote.
Yeah.
In 2020.
Yeah.
It took somebody 6 hours to get a console or 6 hours to vote. You would think by now we would have this thing worked out. Mm-hmm. Now, I will say that a lot of people were upset because, and this is on Microsoft, this is on Sony, Walmart, Target. They need to figure out how to combat these bots. Mm-hmm. Because we laughed and joked. I put the article up on our Facebook page. There is a PlayStation 5 on sale on eBay for $32,000. And there's an Xbox Series X on sale for $8,000 from crazy. The CBS article that I found. And I've seen people who are trying to and again, I have flipped the little Nintendo thingy.
Nintendo Mini?
Yeah.
Nintendo Classic? PS Classic? Yeah.
But those people make me sick.
Yeah.
The scalpers. Like, I understand, but I
mean, and I guess, to each his own, right? Because who's to say, like, so the people who know I am getting 2 PlayStations, I'm getting one for myself and then one I'm going to give as a gift.
Because Miles Cage, Miles Cage asked to be your cousin.
Right, yeah. But, if let's say I got the 2 systems and I were to sell one, I wouldn't try to sell it for $32,000, but maybe I would try to sell it for a little bit more money. Mm-hmm. But it's just such an exorbitant amount of money to be like, man, that's crazy.
I guess I just don't like the fact that and I've seen this with like action figures. Mm-hmm. And Dan Larson is really cool, and he actually has a shirt, and I want to get it, but he has a phrase, leave one for the next guy. And I think that's something that I wish we had more people who did that. Like, I only bought one because I only need one. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if you're going to buy one and you're going to buy one to sell, like, I get it, but I still don't like the idea of you. And I understand that's capitalism. Like, sure. But it's like, I've seen people I know, friends of mine, posting, I didn't get it this time. Or, you see people who really wanted to get one. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you're out here getting, because you were able to figure out how to use a bot. And we got people who really wanted to get one. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting
I think one of the silver linings is, although you can't play it for the people who didn't get one, although you can't play it day one, you probably will be okay because there's nothing that you, in my opinion, there's nothing that's like, oh man, this is next gen in terms of, games.
Yeah. So you're not missing out. So,
I don't think
by
so.
The time, you're right.
Because everybody's talking about how great Miles Morales is, but you can play it on PS4.
Yeah.
There's a PS4 version.
Yeah.
It might not look as good, but the story will still be there. Yeah. So.
Brian Porter brings up a good point. He says, I'm still mad you can't buy some kicks anymore. Like, that's the biggest problem right now that I think we're running into now in an online community or an online society where you're not going into the store. So, like, limited releases like Ivy Park, or like when Nike did their Kaepernick jerseys or shoes, or whenever a new toy comes out. Like, for me, I've been buying a lot of action figures, as you guys have noticed. I went home and I counted, and I bought like probably 9 in the last 6 months.
There you go.
So, and
2 more. You got a football team.
I just pre-ordered today on Amazon.
Okay, there's 10. So 1 more. You got one half of a football team.
Miles Morales, Into the Spider-Verse, Marvel Legends.
Okay.
It looks just like him, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy that. But yeah, I'm with you on that. The fact that you can't buy certain things because there's so many bots that like boxes you out. Mm-hmm. Now I have seen like Hasbro Plus and some other things are like they're limiting to 1 or 2 copies or whatever. But yeah, it really is sad and disheartening to a certain extent that you're having these people do stuff like that.
We I don't know if you saw it or not, but when we went to Comic-Con, there were definitely people like that were kind of like in-person versions of bots.
Oh yeah.
That would try to buy multiple versions of things and then resell them.
Yep.
A lot of the third-party vendors would buy stuff from like official distributors and then sell it back at their place. Like they would buy, here's a limited pop figure for $10 that Funko's selling, and then they'll sell it on their floor for like $30, $40.
So I watched Dan Larson. it is one of those things where you're like, he talks about that, like where people would go to San Diego Comic-Con it's not just Dan Larson, it's another site that they were talking about. They were like, hey, COVID really disrupted toy scalpers because they can't do that, which you were talking about, where they were like having people just wait in line and then just jack them up, put them online. And I was like, oh yeah, because I remember seeing stuff online from San Diego Comic-Con exclusive or New York Comic-Con exclusive. So yeah, Ryan Porter says, how big is my crib? We only have a 3-bedroom house, but I sold a lot of stuff and got rid of a lot of stuff because we needed to pare down. And I've put a lot of stuff in storage. And so like, I've sold or gotten rid of I want to say maybe a third of my stuff to just make room for just when me and Katie moved in, when we had when we got married, and when we had the baby. Like I took a box of stuff to one of my stores, and I just used the money to buy formula. So, because I like Michael says, I wouldn't go with money. Like, where is it?
I didn't say you weren't good with money.
Oh no, like when you were like you were stupid with money, like when you buy systems.
Oh, so me myself. Yeah.
I had 2 of these. My wife asked me one day, "Why do you have 2 of these? Like, why do you buy one?" I was like, "One to open and one to display."
Right. One
so like, but yeah. So I had 2 of these. I took the other one, and I sold it. Awesome game, by the way, Titanfall.
I believe that's a part of Game Pass now.
Yep.
Part of the EA version of it, whatever.
So yes, and honestly, the action figures I'm buying are just basically the Black Series. And all my comics are in the closet. I'm going through. I'm going to sell a bunch of more. So, yeah. I really want to open this.
Horrible. I feel like that's it.
Yeah. What?
We did go an hour.
Yeah.
We didn't have a lot of topics because we kind of just wanted to do an unboxing with you guys. As you can tell, we're not professionals at this, so we appreciate you all watching with us as we unbox this PlayStation. If we ever get an Xbox Series X, maybe we'll unbox that too. It'll be late, but we'll get one.
D. Steezel says he'll get his next gen console in time for the Mass Effect Remastered trilogy.
Okay.
Good call.
Okay.
Hopefully they won't mess that up like they did Prince of Persia. Come on now.
I think Prince of Persia looks okay.
It looks like Jake Gyllenhaal all over again.
It doesn't look like Jake Gyllenhaal.
They don't look like a Persian.
Well,
no Persian I've ever seen.
All right.
Let's see. Miles K. Jr. says, I'm waiting for a pro version or at least 1 terabyte of space. I just picked up the new Call of Duty for the 4 and it says 190 gig minimum. Yep, you right.
Yeah. And we had talked about this on the last press play, but we were going to wait. Leroy and I both said we were waiting to figure out what type of internal memory it takes before we go out and buy it.
Sony even said, they were like, hey, none of that stuff's going to work.
Yeah. They said, wait till we decide what's going to do what.
Marats 23 says summer. That's when.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of people are talking about they're going to wait. If this computer will work with me. I'll get a PS5 summer, waiting for some games to drop. John G says first quarter 2021. D. Steezel says I'm waiting for the madness to die down. Ray Sean K, I'll wait to get both in March.
Okay.
I'm D. Steezel, I'm waiting until after the holidays. Miles K. Jr., I'm going to wait to have a couple of PS4 games I want to play. D. Steezel talks about xCloud. So a lot of people seem to be waiting. There's some people who did jump on the bandwagon, but a lot of people seem to be waiting, which is honestly kind of smart.
You guys are smarter than me, so.
Smarter than me?
Yeah, there we go.
Because I was mad he still got one. I got to get that hate out of my heart.
Man.
So I don't go to the dark side.
Too late for that. Come on, box this thing back up. You can tell these people later. We will see y'all next week.
People, we're glad to see you or, talk to you.
What got you through the week?
The fact that election season is freaking over.
Almost.
Oh, look, I don't care what happens next. Well, I do, but son.
Yeah.
The fact that after Tuesday, I didn't have to hear an ad from Cal Cunningham or Tom Tillis while I tried to watch a YouTube video of my son, where I got to hear Jamie Harrison and Lindsey Graham calling each other every name in the book. That was like thank you.
Yeah.
And action figures.
And action figures. There we go.
What about you?
What did Animal Crossing? Played a lot of Animal Crossing. And then I started watching. What was I watching?
It wasn't Raised by Wolves because that was not.
That didn't give me.
That didn't give you joy.
No, that didn't give me joy. Rewatching Superstore again. Rewatching some old Supernatural. Supernatural, man.
Oh yeah, because it's about to end.
Last episode next week.
Wow.
Yeah.
End of an era for you guys.
15 seasons.
You really need to do like a. This is it, guys. Video.
I don't know.
Like,
well, I mean, maybe. I say friend of the show, even though she's never been on. But Susan, she watches Supernatural.
Really?
Yeah.
You and Susan need to do.
Well, I don't think she's allowed in the building anymore because she's digital. The digital people get kicked out next week.
No, they got. Yeah, you're right. Cause
Yeah.
and friend of the show. She was like, "I'll see you when I see you." I was like, "What are you talking about?"
It's like I can't go back in. No
Yeah.
more.
She was like, "We're only here for the election season."
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah. She got a laptop. Do a
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you can do that. I didn't know Susan watched it. Yeah, Susan has good taste. She's the one who told me about a lot of food places around here.
Yeah.
So guys, we're gonna go because I'm hungry and I gotta go edit this video. And I'm tired and I'm old. And I'm tired of seeing this PS5 sitting in my face. But hey, glad the election season is wound down. Hopefully you guys are staying safe. Sanitize, wash your hands, find your joy, and we're out. Peace.